What's up, guys? As we know, to get Forsaken exotics, it's definitely a grind. I've only gotten a few of them. Even the quest ones, I just got my Wish Ender and Malfeasance like the other day. But I do want to go over one of the new Warlock exotics you can get called the Geomag Stabilizers. Now, how to obtain this, considering this is a Forsaken exotic, it's a complete RNG drop from any source in the world, so good luck. Let's quickly go over the perk. So it comes with Close Enough. When Chaos Reach super energy is almost full, sprinting tops it off. Damaging enemies with Chaos Reach extends its duration. So here's my summary and thoughts on the perk. So going over Close Enough, this perk serves two purposes, right? When you're close to getting your super, sprinting increases the regen speed and fills up your super bar very quickly. When you're around like 80% of the way there, something like that, that's when the perk kicks in. So it doesn't kick in like when you're super low on your super. It only kicks in when you're right at the end of it, but I believe it does help. The second thing it does is when you do any damage, it extends the duration of the super. It seems to return super energy instead of slowing down the amount of super it takes away. So if you're hitting a target consistently, the super can last up to twice as long. That means you can do double the DPS. So going over PvE, this exotic is pretty key when it comes to using Chaos Reach specifically, especially if you're going for maximum DPS. Obviously, the sprinting part of it, like to top it off, works if you're in the middle of a fight and need to use it. In my opinion, there are two trains of thought. Number one, going for ad clear / crowd control, right? I will admit that it can take out a lot of the lower tier enemies very easily. Plus, as long as you're doing damage, you can take out like more enemies with the extended duration that's available with its exotic versus without it. So I would say the only downside is that if you pop it when there aren't a lot of ads, you won't optimize the super to its full potential. Number two, doing Boss DPS is the second aspect, which works very effectively. In my opinion, this was made to be a higher tier exotic to use, right? Being able to have a super that lasts twice as long when you're doing damage to a boss is going to have a huge impact on whether you like survive an encounter or not, or get through it. PvP wise in the Crucible, I can safely say it's fairly effective. Now, the extended super duration only works if you're actually having enemies to damage, so make sure you use it on more than one enemy guardian, or else it's low-key kind of pointless. I mean, I've done it before where I've done one on accident, I'm like, ah crap, and I try to save super, but apparently that's bugged. So for the sprinting part of the perk, it's extremely helpful considering you're almost always sprinting in PvP. Plus, having your super more often is going to give you a huge advantage over the enemy team. I believe in one match I got my super over 6 times at least, I believe. Like 6 times is crazy. You really have to capitalize on having good survivability, especially if you're wanting to get those ionic traces from Chaos Reach for the faster ability spam and super regen. Like, if you can survive, you'll get your super a lot. Alright, finally, going over Gambit, can Geomag Stabilizers help you out in Gambit? I would say yes in general, but mostly for the PvE side rather than the PvP side. Obviously, the super is great for both crowd control and boss DPS, as we said. You can use it to either help your team with faster milk collection, plus generate some orbs for your team to use so you can clear out the next set of ads, or when your Primeval spawns, taking out all the taken wizards and ads to get your Primeval Slayer buff up faster, and do some major DPS to the Primeval as well if you want to do that as well. Save it whenever you get your Slayer up, whatever you want to call it. The longer you're doing damage to something, the longer the super will last. So get those two correlated real fast. So plus you're sprinting half the time in Gambit anyway, so you can potentially top off your super as well. I don't know how many times I got my super in a Gambit match, especially with people trading off supers and we're all collecting orbs, and since I'm close to my super, all I have to do is sprint and get it again. Like, it just works out really, really well. Finally, my ranking is an 8 out of 10. Overall, this is the best exotic to be using when running Chaos Reach, like 100%. People say Crown of Tempest is good. Yes, you can get your ability regens back fast, but having a super that lasts twice as long is also pretty good. So if you want to use Crown of Tempest, I'm not going to crap on it or anything. Like, it's obviously a good build, but if you're focusing on DPS and a longer super and stuff like that, this is the way to go. My only concern is that its usefulness and utility aren't used unless you're close to your super, or when you're actually using the super. By no means am I saying it's bad. I've been saying it's good this entire time. Like, I really actually like the exotic. But again, it's very situational versus other exotics that you can use. I'm not saying they're bad. They're actually freaking fantastic. I think the only thing I would change is that having the sprinting top off come in a little earlier versus you basically being done with your super. Now that we're at the end of the video, there's 3 things that I'd like to tell you guys. So number 1, if you're looking to join a clan on Xbox, PS4, or PC, the D1 Fire Team, which is the clan that I run, is looking for active players who want to grind the endgame content. knock out some triumphs, etc., etc. If you and your clan want the benefits of a bigger clan, you can apply to join with the link in the description. It'll say clan link. We'll review your account essentially, and we'll see if you'll fit into the clan. And if you have any questions, you can send me a message on any of my social media links below as well. If you're in a small clan with your friends and like you want, again, the benefits of a bigger clan, you can come right on over. Number 2, if you want to help support me, there'll be a link below, say best way to support me. That'll take you to a 4-minute video. If you want to go check that out, that'd be awesome. But if you don't want to do that, you can always like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell next to subscribe. Share this video, and then comment what y'all want to see below. Third thing, if you want to join the Discord, there are no requirements to join. Plus, we're looking for people who actually have moderator experience to take over the Discord. Like, I'm more of a player, not a manager, so if you like doing that stuff, awesome. We have some text chats, obviously, about Destiny 2 First Take and some other upcoming games like Division 2 and Anthem. Plus, we have some voice chats as well. I know for myself, I'm on Xbox, so I can talk to everyone on there. But if you're on PS4 PC and want to chat, Discord is going to be the best way to do that. Alright guys, hope you enjoyed this video. We'll catch you next time.